can't get it through. It'll be sent ahead, and Rielly is going to put the finishing touches.
I'm going to beat the holy hell out of one of you.
Morgan Rielly takes exception to that. And the Battle of Ontario will boil over here.
Shot. This is the easiest I've ever had to answer.
I'm going to say beer. I can't even begin to describe.
I'm actually going to go crazy. I'm going to buy everybody around on this one. And welcome back to Big Apple Hockey's Bar Talk, where we're gauging our confidence on NHL topics based on our choice of drink. Are you so confident that you're buying everybody around? So, I'll just have a beer. Play along down in the comments below. Or, oh, dear God, I need a shot. I forgot about that last one. And, of course, get the Big Apple trucker hats, the Big Apple Hockey trucker hats. I have just stumbling to try to get this done quickly. But, guys, we're going to start with the news of the week, because I still can't believe this is one of the most nothing stories I can ever think of. Leafs Morgan Rielly cross-checks Senators Ridley Gregg in the head after Gregg's empty net clapper. Let's start with the first part. Rielly, annoyed about the clapper, cross-checks him in the head. Did he deserve longer than a 5-game suspension, Mr. Filkowski?
I would like to see 10 for that, because you don't go and cross-check somebody in the head. It kind of reminds me of the Pierre Turgeon, Dale Hunter incident from the 93 playoffs. That also should have been a lot longer of a suspension. And
that was 27 games.
Should have been longer.
In 1993.
You really had to be a dirtbag in 1993 to get 27 games. Just think of it that way. But I think Morgan Rielly should have at least gotten 10 games for what he did. It's not right. I'll put it this way. Ridley Gregg knew what he was doing when he clap bombed one from 6 feet away from an open net. And Dermo, Mark, Elrock too, we've all been playing hockey for 30 years? We probably have 120 years of hockey experience between the four of us, I would say. And we all know that if we were to do that, there would be retaliation by the other team. Whether it's right then and there, it's somebody squaring up with you and absolutely just pummeling your face in, or whether you're getting laid out the next shift or the next game, whatever the case may be, there's going to be some sort of retaliation. You will have to answer the bell. But what Morgan Rielly did was completely wrong. You don't do it that way. Approach him like a man, square up with him, and fight him. And if he doesn't want to fight and he turtles like Claude Lemieux against Darren McCarty in 1996, then okay, that's another story. But don't cross-check him in the head. He deserved so much longer of this. I would say at least 10 plus. But with this dog shit format that they have with the first-time offenders and all that other crap, they're punishing people based on, whether you're a first-time offender or not and so on, instead of actually punishing the action itself. So it's kind of tough to say how long exactly, but a lot longer than 5 games. So this is an absolute layup round.
Okay. Dermo, what do you think?
I like the play. What Rielly did, I had no issue with. 0. Morgan Rielly, I had no issues with it. The guy's going to come down and take a slap shot from 3 feet away. Yeah, you're going to get a receipt. And he got an instant receipt. And that kid should have knew better. And he should have put his hands up. Obviously, Morgan Rielly's not coming over to say hello. So, you know what? Yeah, he cross-checked him. It is what it is. He's looking for the smoke, and he got it. So I have no issues with that. You want to play that game? We're going to play that game. The 5-game suspension, unfortunately, that's just the league we play, the league we watch and they play in now. It's mind-boggling to me, because I like to think that I haven't changed personality in 36 years. And you have somebody like George Peros, who was a fighter and had no problem entertaining that back when he played, is now making decisions on, you know what, that's too, you can't do that. We're going to suspend you. And he took the corporate way out, and he's now the public safety or whatever they call these guys. And you know what, this is what the problem with this league is. is it's like the fighting situation. Like they want to get rid of fighting in NHL. I personally don't think that's a good idea because you know what? If you get rid of fighting in the NHL, then more guys are going to get hurt. And they're like, well, how is that possible? Because no one has to answer the bell. Guys are going to go out there and take runs at him knowing that nothing's going to happen. So, you know what? I think it's a check and balance system. So I think, you know what? That kid knows that, you know what? That's not going to be allowed. There's going to be repercussions, instant repercussions, because I'll tell you what, I think that kid would be more happy getting a cross check from Morgan Rielly than Ryan Reeves taking a run at you and then beating the crap out of you. So I think he got off easy with that one. So I didn't have a problem with it, but the league they play in now, it's an issue. So it is what it is, you know.
Well, I'm going to start off with this because, by the way, we're going to get to the empty net etiquette in 1 second. But I'm going to go around. You got to throw the book at him with this one. And when people want to say, "Oh, you're just being soft, Mark, you're being soft," no, I'm not. First off, this is what upsets the Maple Leafs. They're so mentally weak that you're going to go up and you're going to hit a guy like that. You can't hit him like that to cross-check him, because what happens if you hit him in the head and you severely injure him? I don't give a crap that he got up. I don't give a crap that there was the skirmish that happened afterwards. Like, really? That's what mattered? An empty net clapper? You just lost the game to a last place team. How about you worry about that and your rival? But instead, no, we're going to be talking about this all week. Morgan Rielly is not going to play for 5 games. If you did nothing with 5 seconds remaining, down 5-3, look, we'll get to the clapper in 1 second because I'll give my opinion on that, which I might just lead into that right now, because there's an empty net etiquette. He violated empty net etiquette. I've been playing hockey longer than everybody here, and yet I've never heard of an empty net etiquette. What's he going to do now? He's going to skate into the crease, put the puck right on the goal line, and then carefully nudge it in?
Did you see the clip from when Ryan Kessler did it on Anaheim against Calgary?
That was after the whistle.
It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
The buzzer sounded. You don't put it in the net.
Mark, if you try that in a league, watch what happens. Watch what happens.
I agree with you on that.
F around and find out. That's what I'll tell you.
But you've seen all these clips going around all week.
Any level.
Mark, let me ask you a question. Mark, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
All right. So, yes, you're right. There's no etiquette to how you shoot the puck into an empty net. But obviously, it's going to piss people off, right?
Oh, yeah. You'll look over and go, what the hell was that?
It's going to piss people off. All right. Let's just say you're driving on the road, right? And you have this guy, and he's going in and out of traffic, and he's not signaling, he's cutting people off, right? That's a dick move, right?
Yes, that's a dick move.
Right? Like, that's a dick move. So with this kid, it was a dick move, plain and simple. Did he deserve to get cross-checked in the face? Probably not. But you know what? You have to understand why that happened. He went looking for it, and guess what? Someone entertained him.
Well, drop the mitts next time.
Yeah,
that would be what I would say for Morgan Rielly.
The only thing I'll agree with Dermo on there is he came over, and Rielly went right over to him. Put your hands up. You can, like, if you go back and you watch the clip, Ridley Greig turns to Morgan Rielly and sees it coming. It's not a from behind type thing. He just does not put his hands up and engage in a fight. Like, you know what's going to happen. Square up. Square up. Take it. Like, you want to be that type of player, and you want to be a shit disturber and a pest. You want to live the life that Theo Fleury and Ken the Rat Linsman and Sean Avery lived. Okay, then deal with what's gonna come your way for it.
Whoa, Sean Avery turtled just as much as other guys. He got away from fights.
Sean Avery also fought a lot of guys that were middleweights and not heavyweights. He didn't fight the heavyweights because he wasn't a heavyweight. He was a middleweight.
That's more accurate, not returtling.
And your Matthew Barnaby's. But he wasn't going to go fight Zdeno Chara because it was above his weight class.
Yeah.
Zdeno Chara's above everybody's weight class.
Well, but not the point. But you get what I'm trying to say there. But the point is that there is a code of conduct and respect amongst players, albeit unwritten. You don't violate it. And if you do violate it, that's what happens. You try it at any level, and anybody who says it's soft, how badly criticized would the Toronto Maple Leafs be for letting Ridley Greig do that and not responding at all, because you know everybody would have jumped all over them for it. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
But again, I'll get back to either let it go or drop the mitts. Don't go cross-checking in the head.
I agree with that, but what I'm saying is that they're going. You said that they were soft for responding. Okay, are they soft for responding, or are they also soft for not responding if they didn't respond? So it's a lose-lose situation for Toronto. I agree that Rielly should have never cross-checked him, but they're going to have to respond, and you know what you're getting into when you do that type of stuff.
All right, let me throw out another scenario right here. Rielly Greig tries to make that message, send that message, breaks his stick, ends up falling over the puck, even though it's 5 seconds remaining, because we remember Patrick Stefan, and the Leafs go back the other way. Maybe if Morgan Rielly continued skating because he stopped, then the Leafs go back the other way. They score the game-tying goal. We're talking about this as an all-time blunder and not whether or not he violated some unwritten code.
I understand that, but funny enough, the Ottawa Senators took umbrage to a play in which the Washington Capitals had years ago, where Calle Johansson literally skated a puck into the crease and then waited for an Ottawa Senators player to get there and then shot it into the net.
Yeah, like you're just looking for it at that point.
You're looking for it.
Why are you doing that? Do that with Ryan Reeves on the ice. How about that?
They wouldn't have done it with Reeves on the ice.
Exactly. That's the point. Listen, at the end of the day, Morgan Rielly, should he have cross-checked him? No, he did. All right, he deals with the consequences, but I'm sure Morgan Rielly has no problem sleeping at night, knowing that, you know what, in his mind, he did the right thing, because you know what? The guy was acting like a dick, and he got treated appropriately, accordingly, so it is what it is.
This is sort of like the gray area that hockey loves to get into, and you know what? Makes for a good conversation. I also think sometimes the unwritten rules, start writing them down, so that way we all know not to do it. Because I do wonder, because there's an Alex Ovechkin one where he just got the puck, slapped it into an empty net.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. Toronto
so much further out.
Galvanize, and if they have it in them, they will look at that as a galvanizing moment where one of their core players on a team stepped up to somebody completely disrespecting him, and that's where they should come together. Because tell you right now, they lost that game 5-3 to Ottawa. They came back last night and then absolutely pummeled St. Louis 4-1. So you know what? Yeah. And they have Philadelphia tomorrow night. Maybe that's the start of what Toronto needs to be a more consistent team and go forward.
But if that's the case, then you live it off adrenaline, and that doesn't last very long. Yeah. Well, it's like tensing a muscle to me. Guys, the trade deadline is coming up March 8th. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of great hockey content and an entertaining interactive podcast. So check us out and our library of videos.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.